we're back with the Clipper relays, partway through the first heat of the girls' shuttle hurdles. Looks like Portsmouth is the only team in this heat. You'll notice the hurdles going both directions because there are 4 runners that'll each run 100-meter straightaway, so they kind of run at each other in adjacent lanes. It's too bad the other 2 teams couldn't be in the heat with them. This meet record is held by Bedford. It's 2015, 108.6. Now, this is a tough event for smaller teams to be able to put together 4 100-meter hurdlers who are all pretty much equal ability. Usually you can get 1 or 2, maybe 3. To have 4 really outstanding hurdlers on one team is rare.
Just so everybody's aware, we are actually a little bit ahead of schedule. I think we're about 5 minutes ahead of schedule. This event was scheduled.
The next heat on the track is going to be, should be Memorial, Winnicott, and Merrimack.
So you keep listening for the announcements for your race. It's even possible.
So even though it's an 8-lane straightaway here, they leave openings between each of the teams, so there's no interference when you've got kids running, basically could be running at each other. And if you've got them in adjacent lanes, you might have a clothesline or 2 occurring. Some of the wild arm swings. You would hate to see a kid get punched in the face by some other hurdler coming down in the lane right next to him.
This is the one race, too. You don't want to daydream and switch lanes and have the hurdle facing the other way.
No.
Remember we were saying that the other day.
That could be a disaster.
Yeah. It would be the worst nightmare is to face the hurdle the wrong way.
Yeah.
Not ready for it.
So I think the seat's about ready to go. Just getting their block set. So they have little tennis balls set up at the end of each lane to indicate when the runner is allowed to go. So when the girl from Merrimack, Manchester Memorial, when her teammate in lane 2 crosses where those tennis balls are, she's allowed to take off, but she's not allowed to go before that. So it's a tough spot to be in a starting blocks, and you've got to look out in front of you to see where your teammate is. So first leg here.
It's a pretty exciting race to watch when they start getting into it.
Yeah. There's a lot of strategy here too. Do you put your best hurdler first? Do you put them last? Do you put them somewhere in between?
Yeah, again, it's all strategy. Depends on the kids, but I would rather always have that lead.
Yeah. Pretty even so far going in. No real separation. No, Winnicott's got a much stronger hurdler in this leg, it looks like. Couple of hit hurdles.
Heading for home here. It's still Winnicott in the lead.
Yep, Winnicott's got a pretty easy, solid lead right now. And they'll win that one pretty easily. 115. But the top team coming in, Bedford, is in this next heat, along with Pelham and St. Thomas. So Bedford, again, seems to just have good runners in every single event.
Stan, do you hear me? Hey, is there any way I can get a seating sheet up here at some point? Usually I have one, and it's kind of hard for me to tell what teams are where and in what heat.
See what I can do.
Thank you.
Memorial. I couldn't tell either.
Hopefully he'll give me a sheet.
we got Pelham.
Pelham, Bedford, and St. Thomas. I've got half a screen, but it's like it's not full opacity, so you can't really see it. Yeah.
Okay, this third heat up in the girls shuttle hurdle, we have Pelham, Bedford, and St. Thomas in this heat.
Yeah, I can do that.
Which team there?
Our third and final heat.
This is final heat, huh?
Bedford
This is our third heat. This is our
out
final
to
heat
a
for
very
girls.
early lead. I would imagine that they're,
Yeah, Bedford looks strong.
yeah, they do. And they're all three-stepping. Oh, just as I say that.
This is Bedford in the lead.
It's nice when you can go either leg. When you can
Yeah.
go either leg, that's
Pretty close.
makes it pretty comfortable for you.
Yep.
For second and third at this point.
It's nice if you got your steps down, you can do it either way. But
Right.
And St. Thomas.
and she's switching legs every time.
Yeah. It's most efficient to do 3, but if you can do 4,
Yeah.
But anything can happen on the hurdles.
It's
so
still-
keep a close eye. Head down for the last leg. Again, this is Bedford in first.
And that's their best
this
hurdler
looks
right
like
there.
their strongest hurdler right here. Yeah.
She looks good. She's got it down.
St. Thomas is in second right this time.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
They're close to their own record. 108
Definitely
unofficially.
close to a record performance by Bedford. We don't know what the official time is. That was St. Thomas in third, followed by Pelham. All right, hurdle crew, let's get those hurdles up for the boys and move them to the right position on the track.
Next up on the track is going to be the boys shuttle hurdles. Looks like 3 heats of this as well.
We have results in the boys distance medley. In sixth place for the time
Meet
of
record on the boys side for the
11:34.16,
shuttle hurdles
Merrimack
is
Valley.
Merrimack.
Fifth place,
Time
Time of
102.1,
11:31.71
set way back in 2002.
in fourth place, a time of 11:24.84.
Good team there.
National
Mitch
record.
Gladstone, James Miles, and
Third
Ben
place
Casey.
goes
That's
to Pinkerton, 11:20.5.
3 state champions in their own events.
Second place in the boys distance medley goes to Pelham with a time of 11:07.89. And the winner of the boys distance medley from Co-Brown with a time is Co-Brown with a time of 10:57.39. Again, our winning teams, please check in with the New Hampshire Track and Field.
Boys shuttle hurdle is a little bit different because those hurdles are quite a bit higher than the girls. So this boys race, you need that form. You really need that 3-step hurdling form to have any shot at breaking a record or winning this. Five-stepping just isn't gonna cut it.
Nope, not in this event.
That's what I wanted. Thank you very much, my friend.
I'll send you a bill.
I appreciate that.
It's all
It's a
about
good time.
efficiency.
Yeah.
You know, getting everything down. In the hurdles, anything can
rhythm.
happen.
It's rhythm.
You can be leading, and next thing you know, you're chopping wood and
Face down on the track.
face down, and it hurts.
Yeah.
You catch a hurdle the wrong way.
Yep.
Triple jump happened for the girls yet?
Feel like you break your ankle if you hit it right on that gate.
Yeah, my former teammate and Reggie Snowden was one of the greatest hurdlers, state champion, multiple state champion. He was out at the the then Bruce Jenner Sun-Kissed Classic out in California. When he was in college, he planted the wrong way and broke his leg, and his hurdling career was over
Wow.
for good. And he was, probably an Olympic class hurdler.
Wow.
I mean, he was that good.
Mm.
But you just plant the wrong way, and so goes the career.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, sir. All right, thank you. Let me know if you need anything. I'll be rolling around.
Well, when the good ones do it, it looks like they're not even breaking stride. Oh, We got the first event, first heat, Milford, Co-Brown, and St. Thomas.
4x100 shuttle hurdles. We have Milford in the inside of the track, Co-Brown in the middle, and St. Thomas on the outside.
So St. Thomas getting there first with their opening leg.
We
Milford and then
might get to see
Co-Brown.
Billy Powers again today, right?
Yeah.
102.1.
Merrimack Valley.
Way back in 2002.
We won't see Billy Powers because Winnicunnet's not entered, but we
Oh.
could see both Brandon Wood and Joey Bayless.
Huh.
So no Merrimack team. That's strange. I think they'd be able to put together a decent team.
It'd be interesting to see if Billy Powers could run all 4 legs by himself.
Yeah.
How he would finish up. That maybe they don't have 4 hurdlers. I'm
Might not.
not sure.
Yeah. Might not. It's too bad because he is really fun to watch. So St. Thomas, Co-Brown putting their best runner fourth.
Co-Brown taking over the lead.
So Ryan Klahar,
Looks like it's going to be close between Milford and St. Thomas.
116
Second
for
and third.
Co-Brown in that opening heat.
You know, the way you look at hurdles, there's nothing better than watching a kid that knows how to hurdle, but there's nothing worse than watching one that doesn't. It's unbelievable. The day and night, and a kid that's got it down and is efficient.
Yep.
It's a beautiful thing to watch.
One of the most entertaining track meets I think in the whole state is the decathlon that's run down in Nashua in June, and you get to watch some kids who don't know what they're doing when they hurdle.
Right.
And it's quite entertaining for a spectator to watch. And the kids have a great time with it. They know hurdling's not their thing, and they just have fun with it.
Yeah, and that's what it's about. I mean,
In fact, I saw one kid who did a pirouette every time he cleared the hurdle. Did a little 360 and went to the next hurdle.
yeah, it's just not something you just walk into. There's a lot to it. You know, the average person looking in doesn't see that. The kids are having their steps down.
Right.
Same thing with the long jump, the pole vault. I mean, it's all where you start,
Yeah.
Of the 4x1.
where your foot placement is, how fast you're going, where to start.
That's right.
In the middle, Merrimack.
Any of those skill events, you've got to.
Bedford.
It's not just the end performance; it's all the steps that go
To go into it.
into it. So in the second heat, we got Portsmouth in lane 1, Merrimack in lane 5, and Bedford in lane 8. Or I should say Portsmouth in 1 and 2, Merrimack 4 and 5, Bedford 7 and 8. Portsmouth off to a good start. Good opening leg. Merrimack, Bedford.
Halfway through.
It's like they're
This is Portsmouth.
separated almost exactly by 1 hurdle length.
Halfway through the shuttle hurdle.
Nope. Oh, Portsmouth's stepping into his own lane.
Again,
Here we go.
again,
Last
keep a close
one.
eye on the track.
Last leg for
Anything
Portsmouth.
can happen in the hurdle.
It's like the hurdle
This is
crew
Portsmouth heading down the final leg.
moving hurdles in between.
This is Fahey finishing up.
Well, that official in lane 4 has got to be careful. Oh, Merrimack and Bedford really tight now, but Portsmouth is going to win that one 112. So they're definitely going to take the lead over from Co-Brown from that first heat. But coming up, the top 3 seeds, Merrimack Valley, Pinkerton, and Manchester Memorial. That Merrimack Valley team will surely have Brendan Wood on it, who, with the exception of Billy Powers, is probably the best hurdler here at the meet.
Right.
Next up on the track,
He's clearly the best 300-meter hurdler in the state.
That's
third and
true,
final
yep.
section of the boys
Yep.
4x1
So you got
and leadership.
Billy Powers chasing Demal McFadden's record
Yep.
in the 100, and then you got Wood chasing it in the 300.
Right.
So
Center of the track.
it's not many years you got it like that.
No.
You know, 2 different guys.
And I don't know which one's harder to take down, the 100 record
I don't
hurdle
know.
or the 300 hurdle record.
Those are 2 quality. There's been a lot of great hurdles in the state of New Hampshire, and
Yeah.
Mal McFadden, really put him up there. So
In that 37 flat in the 300, I mean, that's
right.
almost out of reach from most kids.
I think Powers has probably got the advantage to breaking the record because he is a junior, so he's going to
Right.
have
He's got another year.
another year crack at it.
This is the first, second, and third call.
So
for the
fast
girls.
heat here. We'll watch the record. The
All
seed
girls
time
triple
for
doubles, please check in at this time.
Merrimack Valley and Pinkerton both coming in is only about a second off of the meet record. But a full second in a hurdle shuttle is actually quite a bit of time. It's a lot to take off. And actually it looks like Merrimack Valley's not even going to suit up for this heat.
Wow.
That's too bad. So we've got Pinkerton and Manchester Memorial in this heat.
Yeah, it looks like Merrimack Valley is scratched out of this heat, so we have two teams. We have Pinkerton and Manchester Memorial.
And they're pretty equal right there.
Yeah.
Pinkerton with a slight lead.
Yep. The timing of this is going to be critical. Pinkerton's opening up a little bit.
It's a little loose, man. We're gonna hold it like that.
Yep. There we go.
Another one just in case.
I can go find one.
Yeah, it might. It seems to be getting worse.
Okay. Evan turned in a spike bag that had a gold iPhone.
Now Pinkerton's got about a full hurdle lead over Merrimack Memorial.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
Spike bag had a gold iPhone in it. I looked at the high jump, and Python just picked it up.
Okay, right now, just an announcement, somebody's missing a gold spike bag.
No.
A spike bag with a gold iPhone.
Really didn't see a whole lot of difference between any of those four hurdlers from Pinkerton. They all look pretty darn good.
At the top of the bleachers. Again, please,
And they're
as you know, it's
103
about
unofficially,
phones
so
missing. So please, if you
not
can
quite
find it, bring it up.
the record,
Thanks.
but very fast.
So,
Very fast.
Hopefully someone will turn it in, so you're welcome.
All right, next up on the track is going to be an event that we're used to seeing, the 4x100 relay.
Next up on the track is the 4x1. Girls again will be first.
Meet record for this event for the
At this
girls
point,
4x1,
last call for the boys. If you haven't checked in, you should by now.
49.3
So
set by
please check in.
Nashua North in 2015. And we're going to have 3 heats, full heats, all of
This is
them.
the first call for the
In the first heat, we've got
Clipper steeple.
Pelham lane
First
1,
call for
Winnicott lane
steeple.
2, Merrimack lane 3, Merrimack Valley lane 4, Goffstown lane 5, and Co-Brown lane 6. It looks like today the heats are running slow to fast, so the fast heat will be the the last heat will be the fast heat. Following this event will be
In the
the
4x1, there'll be
distance
3 sections.
steeplechase,
Section 1,
and the
lane 1 is
4x2
Pelham.
and the 4x4.
Lane 2 is Winnicott.
Just reminding you that this is NewHampshireTrackAndField.com, powered by Runners Alley, coming to you from Portsmouth Clipper Relays today.
Co-Brown.
Our broadcast is being brought to you by William Verwy Physical Therapy, your running experts.
Would you do final call for the boys 4x1? I'm missing St. Thomas.
Just waiting
Again,
for
this is the
the
final call for the boys 4x1. We're missing the
signal
St.
for the
Thomas
starter.
As with any of these events, if you don't have a team, please come over and let us know. Scratch your team. Otherwise, get your team over and check in at this time. Again, that's St. Thomas we're looking for.
Now, I see the cones out there for the barrel start still, but those must just have been
The meet record
missed by
in
the
girls
officials.
4x100
I don't
was
think
set by
anybody gets to
Nashua
cut in
North
on the 4x1
in
relay.
2015. The time is 49.3.
Yeah, you just got to maintain your lane.
Yep. So probably just leaving those cones out for, I don't know what race they would be leaving the cones out on the track for, but
Go to the down in that.
Downstairs,
Yeah, that
over to the tent.
Yeah, I'm not
And
sure.
they're gonna report it to you.
Yeah, they end up putting them in the computer.
Okay.
I believe that's how they'll do that with your.
so all 6 teams out there on the track.
Either in that little shack or.
This will be a full heat.
I'm not
In this race, we're just watching the baton. The baton stays at the same speed. It means they're doing well. If the baton slows down, that means they've had a little bit of a difficulty with their handoffs.
And really, it's all about handoffs.
Yeah.
It's all about getting the baton around. You can be the fastest, but if your handoffs, you're looking for the baton, it's just wasting time.
Yep.
You've got to be efficient, quick and efficient.
That's right. So Merrimack making up their stagger pretty quickly.
Well, everybody made it through there.
Yep.
Through that one.
Let's see. It's like Merrimack Valley might have got the baton first in that exchange. I see Winnicott maybe moving into the lead now. Winnicott and Cole Brown, actually.
Yeah. Cole Brown looks good.
Yep.
Heading down the final stretch.
Looks like Cole Brown's going to take this
They're
one.
going to win this first heat.
Yeah. And that basically was handoffs. Their handoffs were perfect.
Right.
Especially the first one.
54 seconds. So that was 4.5 seconds off their seed time. So that was excellent.
Their first handoff was absolutely perfect. And it's tough from the outside lane because
you got nobody that you can't see anybody.
No, and everybody's got their eye on you, but you just got to run your own race.
Do your thing. That's right. Next heat on the track, we have Kingswood, Spalding, Manchester Memorial, Nashua North, St. Thomas, and Dover.
Lane 1, Kingswood. Lane 2, Spalding. 3, Manchester Memorial. And lane 4, Nashua North. Lane 5, St. Thomas. And lane 6, Dover.
We got a hold of the
Merrimack girls, what?
We need Merrimack
So they
girls.
get their
4
block
by
set.
1 team to report in. Merrimack girls 4x1, please.
Looks like lane 6 is open. So Dover is going to scratch their team.
The second and third call for the girls steeplechase. Second and third call for the girls steeplechase. Please check in now.
Do you have the field event results? He needs them back again.
Which ones?
Just the field event results.
All of them?
He didn't specify. He just said the field event. I just give you those.
So no Dover for this heat. And we see some teams not using blocks, which is not the preferred way to start a 4x1.
No. I think you'd want those blocks.
Yep.
Optional for the 400.
Yeah.
The 100, I think it's a big advantage.
Certainly.
They're off on heat number 2 for the girls 4x1.
But some kids are being stressed. The resources are being stretched in a relay type event like this,
right.
and some kids will just don't feel comfortable.
It's like Nashua North. Maybe getting that baton first. No. Spalding now taking the lead. Oh, a little bit of trouble there in lane 5 for St. Thomas. But they got the good handoff. We got the white flag from the official. Spalding now taking a big lead. With Kingswood and Nashua North.
This is Spalding in first place. Looks like Nashua North is going to take second.
So a little bit ahead of Cobrown's opening leg. Opening heat. About a 53 for Spalding. But fast heats yet to come. And in that fast heat, we have Portsmouth, Exeter, Bedford, South, Milford, and Wyndham. Bedford with the best time coming in, 50.9. That's a very fast time.
The squares, the written, written grid with squares on it.
I don't have anything like that. I have nothing with written.
So each of these teams using blocks. So these look like more experienced sprinters, and these are the bigger schools too. The Division I schools that
I don't have any of those results.
have deeper teams.
Whoever was conducting the event would have those.
Okay.
Like one of the guys came up here with the written ones. I said, bring it down to the scores table because they're gonna do what you did, so we don't need those.
These have to go to the section.
Okay.
I just put those back down.
Yep, yep.
But
It's like the starter.
he doesn't have those written.
I don't either.
Okay.
Starter needs a refill on her starter
Yeah,
pistol.
You'll have to try to find out who ran the event together.
Okay.
Okay, up next is the third and last section of the girls 4x1. This is the seeded section. In all of our events, the last heat is
So you were talking
the last
about
heat.
your
In this
days on the cinder track here. Do you remember
first in lane 1
any really memorable races?
Exeter, lane 3 Bedford.
As far as
4
the
is
on the Clipper relays,
lane
Or
5
from any
is
meet here
Milford,
at Portsmouth?
and lane 6 is Wyndham. And they're off.
I just remember that you pretty much had to throw the times out the window. You weren't going to run that fast on the cinder track compared to some of the newer schools. Like Winnicott had, a newer track, so we were always trying it. But you knew if kids came here from and ran on the cinder tracks, you always were at an advantage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're used to running on it. And I
Right.
remember, literally, if you could run 440 here, you could run 430 on a regular track.
Yeah.
And it was just. It was a mental advantage. They pack it down really good, but having to put the lines out and everything else, it's just.
Which two teams?
But it brings back good memories.
Yeah.
But
Oh, a little bit of a muffed handoff there for Bedford, and now South is going to take the lead from them.
Looks like Bedford and Portsmouth are fighting it out for
So-
second and third. Good race
Ooh.
there.
Big turn of events there for Bedford. They easily
Which two
were
girls teams are you missing in the steeple?
2 meters ahead of everyone else, and a bad handoff cost them that race.
Sorry, which teams?
St. Thomas and Bishop Garden.
We are missing the St. Thomas and Bishop Girton girls steeple team.
So next event up on the track is the boys 4x1.
Or let us know if you're scratching.
Get those heats for you. Looks like 3 heats also for the boys. Heat 1, looks like we have, no, Goffstown is going to not be running this heat. St. Thomas, Dover, Co-Brown, Milford, and Pelham into this first of 3 heats. And heats running fast to slow, slow to fast today at the Clipper Relays.
Is someone trying to talk?
4x1 has 4 athletes, each running 100 meters. They've got to get that baton to their teammate within those exchange zones. And we just saw in that girls' fast heat what can happen when you don't have a good handoff.
Bedford girls coach to the finish line.
Bedford was way out in front, had a bad handoff in their 4th leg, and ended up finishing 3rd place overall. Like you said, it doesn't matter how fast you are, you got to get that baton around.
That's the whole key.
The first of 3 sections of the boys 4x1.
Zink, you know how you know you're getting old?
How's that?
Because when you get a leg cramp, that won't go away when you're announcing. I don't think I ever got a leg cramp when I was running. I'm getting too old.
Yeah, hydration's important for the announcers too.
Yes.
It is. At least we didn't warm up properly. Maybe that's
I guess not. Just come here and do it on the fly.
Last call for Jeff. Last call for boys, Jeff. Thank you.
All right, we're ready to start this first boys heat.
They're off in the first heat of the boys 4x1.
Oh, no, we found our
This is the
missing team.
first, second,
So
third
Goffstown
call
showed
for
up.
The boys javelin. All boys javelin competitors, please check in now.
Cole Brown out in front early. Good handoffs. Good handoff there.
Russ Wilson, if you hear me, I could use another microphone. Thank you.
Cole Brown is in this heat.
Brown?
No, Bedford's not in this heat.
Oh.
Another good handoff.
Yep, Cole Brown's got this handle.
Yep.
Heading to the finish line in first place. Comfortably.
45, mid 45s. Good time for an opening heat. Put a little bit of pressure on the remaining heats. In this second heat of 3, we've got Manchester Memorial, Nashua South, Portsmouth, Merrimack Valley, Spalding, and Exeter.
Up next on the track is the second section of the boys 4x1. From lane 1 to lane 6, it's Manchester Memorial, Nashua South, Portsmouth.
The format of this meet is kind of nice because it allows the Division I and Division II schools to go head to head. They don't often get to do this, and it's kind of nice to bring them all together and see who's got the best teams.
Right, and it's nice to mix it up a little bit with, some of the different teams. Especially with track and field,
Right.
You get a lot of good athletes, up and down the divisions.
Right. But the marquee event still to come, that steeplechase relay that we look forward to every year. That'll be the next event on the track.
This is the final call.
Oh, we mentioned the girls' meet record, so the boys' meet record in this event
Please check in at this time.
set by Memorial, Manchester Memorial, back in 2015, of 43.3. And Winnicott coming into this meet with a seed time better than that, so we'll have to keep our eyes on the clock for Winnicott in that fast heat.
Wasn't Manchester Memorial, weren't they the state record holders, or are they the state record holders? I remember when they said it.
They may have
years
been. I
back.
think Bedford is now the current state
Oh.
record holders.
Having trouble with this communicator? He's a little choppy. He hasn't said anything to me, but it definitely is.
I don't know for sure that they are the state record holders, but
I'm having trouble with my mic, too.
I remember at one point they
There's-
definitely said it.
yeah. Starting the second heat.
The mic is loose? How about down here? No, it's up here. You can see it's,
It's like early on, Spalding and Portsmouth.
even when I hold it in, it's sometimes you have to kind of walk a little to get to. Oh, it's frustrating. Yeah, yeah.
It's like maybe Portsmouth has a slight lead right now.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
I'd say Spalding's got
Yeah,
got
yep,
it.
you're right.
Heading down the final stretch, this is Spalding.
They
Portsmouth,
look good.
First, followed
Portsmouth
by
closing on
Portsmouth
them.
and Exeter.
So right around 45 seconds. So Spalding maybe a little bit faster than Cole Brown from that first heat. But the burners are coming up in this third heat. We've got Merrimack, Nashua North, Winnicott, Pinkerton, Bedford, and Windham. And again, that Winnicott team coming in with a seed time faster than the meet record.
Yeah, Winnicott's going to be tough.
And I would have to believe they do have Billy Powers for this event.
Winnicott's going to get some big points this year in Division Ones. I'll tell you what, things could fall their way. They might be the surprise team this year.
So you making that prediction now? On May 4th?
I think they're going to score a lot of big points. I think
Yeah.
Powers is
They've got a
as good as
couple of
any.
they've got a couple of really good studs.
They got a couple guys that can probably score.
20 or 30 points each.
Yeah, so they're probably looking at 50 points right from them. Nashua North, I mean, they're loaded.
From lane 1 to 6, we have Merrimack, Nashua North, Winnicott, Pinkerton, Bedford, and Windham.
Memorial.
Yep. Yeah, you're right.
Have a couple fast seat times.
Manchester
in here.
Memorial does
Challenge
have the state
meet
record.
Our meet record in the boys 4x100
42.51.
is 43.3. That was set by Memorial in 2000.
Probably that same team that has the meet record here. It
Yeah.
was the same year, 2015.
Yeah, I remember that race. I remember Memorial because they were excited beyond belief when they got that state record.
Yeah.
It was exciting when they did it. You think some of these records are not going to go down.
Yeah, right.
You know, every now and then some of them you think are locked in, but that one, they really took it right down.
This
Yeah.
microphone is really having problems. Russ was up earlier.
Well, the only
He might bring one
The
up.
only state records that won't ever be broken are those javelin records that were retired back
My
in
microphone, it's got a
in the
really loose
90s.
connection, so
Yeah, the old
sometimes
javelin that's
Yeah.
throwing them
it's
out.
not working great. So if you see
and
Russ,
it's probably good
oh
that
my
those
God,
records
you
won't
can
be broken because those javelins were almost weapons at that
What's that?
point.
Yeah, when they get over in Europe and they're throwing them out of the building.
Yeah.
He was up here
You
earlier.
can throw that the
I'm
length of a
worried
football
about 20
field, then
minutes ago.
it's probably a good thing to tune it down a little
Don't
bit.
you worry. Take care of what you got to do.
So, Bedford, tough break there. So they're not going to finish.
This is a barn murder here. Pinkerton, Winnicott. It looks like
Wow,
Winnicott.
Winnicott. Whoa,
They're opening it up
that
now.
third leg. Wow.
And they're coming down to this
Yeah.
speed burner right now.
Keep an eye
It's
on
all,
the track. We have a
all comes down to this.
Yeah.
Pinkerton.
Yep.
Oh, Pinkerton blew that
no,
one.
No.
Winnicott.
So that handoff.
Handoff meant everything right there.
Yep.
'Cause that
Oh,
Pinkerton kid-
wow. He's really chasing him down, though. No,
I'll
that's
tell you
still going to
what.
be Winnicott.
If Pinkerton could have got that handoff
Mm-hmm.
done properly,
Yeah, that anchor leg for
That-
Pinkerton. Wow, he closed fast.
he has got some speed.
So that was Billy Powers in that third leg that we saw cruising around the corner.
Please get up and out there and put the hurdles up for this.
Pinkerton's guy, he's built like a fullback, and
Yeah.
he is all power.
Got some wheels.
He won the National North invite.
Yeah.
I saw him the first time. I was just like, wow,
Yeah.
this kid is
Quick.
quick, big, strong. Looks like a block. Keg with legs.
This is the final call for the boys steeplechase. Final call for the boys. Please check in now.
So here we are with our
First and second
marquee
call for
event
girls
for the meet.
4x2.
The steeplechase meet record for this event held by Co Brown, which included Hannah Parker that year, 9:03.6 back in 2012. Co Brown coming into this event has won the steeplechase the last 5 or 6 years. This event they really like to load up and try to win.
Okay, next up on the track is the girls steeplechase.
It's like we've only got 5 teams on the track.
The record in the girls' steeplechase.
Oh, we got 6, okay.
Set by Co Brown. The time of 9:03.6, and that was set in 2012.
So here we are with our first steeplechase race.
That's more fun. Steeplechase, which is
Looks like for
Okay,
Merrimack
steeplechase,
Valley, they've got
the
Christy
first
Schofield
leg
leading
is,
off.
3 laps around, 1,200 meters. Second leg is
And
800
this
meters.
Format for this
And
race
the last 2 legs
starts
are
with a
400,
1200
the third
and
fourth
then
leg
to
are
an
400
800
meters.
and then 2 400s back to back. And there's a total of 4 steeple barriers on the track. So these 1,200 meter runners have got to navigate 12 barriers. And not a true steeplechase because they're not using the actual steeples.
So when you asked me a little while ago what
Yeah.
my memories were, so I guess this brings me back. 'Cause
Okay.
I've been back to Portsmouth for a while. We actually did have real steeples
Yep.
back then, but we didn't have the water jump.
Okay.
It was actually a sand pit that you went into, and it was still pretty good. It was like loose sand
Yeah.
to mimic it, but we had
Right.
real steeples, and it was pretty nice because you could put your foot on the steeple. Some people hurdle steeples.
Yep.
I mean, one thing about hurdling a real steeple, if you miss,
It's not going to give
it's
at all.
staying.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I remember running down at Boston College, and one of my teammates from UNH hit one of the barriers, split his knee open, and he was one of the craziest guys on our team. And then he ended up winning the heat in his fastest time ever.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was the sight of blood or what spurred him on, but the kid's name was Peter Anderson from Oyster River, and he was just one of those guys that he was a little off, but he was tough as nails.
Tough as nails.
He looked down, saw blood, and I don't know what happened.
No big deal. I'll finish.
Yeah, he finished, but I'll never forget that day.
Or was it that Jim Belanger wouldn't have let him back on the track if he didn't?
I have more Peter Anderson stories than. I mean, we had another time we were in cross country, and he's in the porta potty, and the gun goes off. Next thing you know, you see the door fly open. And Pete ends up finishing second place, but he got DQ'd. And I remember asking Jim Belanger, I said, "You did do the math right before we DQ'd him?" And he said, "Of course he did." And another time, he was late for the bus, and he was chasing the bus down Main Street in Durham. Jim wouldn't stop for him. He forgot to set his clock.
2 laps into, we got Merrimack Valley in the lead. Christy Schofield with a good opening leg. She's got quite a lead.
Yeah, she's been having a terrific season this year.
Co-Brown in second, Merrimack in third, Portsmouth in fourth, and St. Thomas and Bedford. So 1 lap to go. Merrimack making a move, and it's going to pass Co-Brown.
Here's more results. The girls shuttle hurdles.
Yes.
In 6th place, Merrimack, 119.01. 5th place goes to Manchester Memorial, 117.75. 4th place, Portsmouth, 115.
So Merrimack Valley with a good opening leg from Christy Schofield.
115.37. In 2nd place in the girls 4x100 meters shuttle hurdles, it's St. Thomas, 114.14.
And she's got a good 100-meter lead on her second place team.
109.2.
And she looks like she's going to be followed by maybe Caitlin Koval.
Valley, handing off after the first leg.
So we'll keep our eye on the clock. 9:03 though, that's a really fast time.
Next up, this is a 2-lap leg, 800 meters.
Perfect
So
night to run, though, huh? Nice.
Oh
cool.
yeah, great running weather.
That's the best thing about the Portsmouth, Winnicott area. You always have that nice
sea breeze.
Sea breeze.
That's right.
It's warmer in the winter and cooler in the summer. That's what's beautiful about this area.
Tell you, coming here in April though, it can be awfully cold.
Oh yeah.
Those early season meets. As soon as the sun goes down, it gets really chilly. Merrimack Valley really opening up a big lead right now. They've got 140 meters on second place. Something would really have to go bad for them in order for them to give up this lead.
Results in the boys 4x110 meter shuttle hurdles.
More often than not, that's how this race goes, though. One team just really kind of clobbers everyone else.
5th goes to Bedford, 117.38. In 4th, Merrimack, 116.7.
It's Merrimack still in second, Co-Brown in third, Portsmouth fourth, and
112.65. In 2nd place in the shuttle hurdles,
looks
boys,
like
Manchester Memorial with a time of
Milford in 5th and Bedford in
The
6th.
winner of the boys
Or St. Thomas maybe in 5th.
hurdles is Pinkerton with a time of 105.52.
We're just over halfway through the race overall. And after this, we've got an 800 and we've got 2 400s following this up. So even the steeplechase, you've got your 300-meter hurdlers got a chance to participate.
Can you announce final call for girls shot put?
So you'd expect probably the Merrimack Valley boys have got a pretty decent team too, with Brandon Wood and Joey Bayless
This is the
both
first, second,
being
and third call for the girls
very
shot
decent
put.
300,
All
or
girls
well,
shot
Brandon
putters,
being
please
way
check
more than
in
decent
now.
Right.
300-meter hurdler.
Again, all girls shot putters, so check in this time.
Merrimack Valley's got some
But
decent young
you've got to
brothers.
have a 1200-meter kid,
Right, and they
just
do.
like you do in the DMR.
I mean, they're decent. They got two brothers, the Reynolds brothers, that are both, they're sophomores, and
Right.
David was running the better times, but now his brother's actually
This is
coming on
Powell
strong
handing off.
also. So they're going to be.
All right, Merrimack Valley's got their 400, first of two 400s on the track. And right now,
Merrimack Valley out in front.
moving into second is
First,
Co
Merrimack
Brown,
Valley in first place.
and Merrimack very close behind them.
Again, these last two legs are 400-meter legs.
The battle for second place right now. First place way out in front.
Yeah, the race of the day is right.
It's right now second place.
The second place
Yeah.
between those two girls. Cole Brown seems to be pulling
That's
away a little bit now.
That's a real mental victory you can get if you can hit a hurdle clean and your next door neighbor has a little bit of a stutter. You can really pull away from him. Co Brown's doing that right now. Oh,
This is Merrimack Valley, last leg,
last leg, that's
with a large lead in this steeplechase.
just over 100 meters. Co Brown right now in second. .834, so if she could run a 30-second 300, she could break that meet record, but that's not going to happen.
I'll tell you what's going to happen. Cole Brown's record's going to be snapped.
Their streak is
Their
going to
streak
end.
is going down.
Their streak will
And how many
end
times?
this meet.
7?
7 consecutive.
Wow.
Heading down the final stretch, this is Merrimack Valley in the steeplechase.
That's quite a record, 7
Yeah.
times in a row. I wonder what event has the team. I wonder if that's like one of the events that's been won the most consecutive years by a team. I'd like to know.
That's a good question. I don't know.
This is Cole Brown in second place, heading down the final stretch.
I would have to think some of those field events, probably field event relays, could go back years with
Oh, yeah.
certain teams. Maybe back in the day, those Nashua girls teams had pretty amazing.
Final stretch now, this is Merrimack
Field event
in
kids.
third and Portsmouth in fourth.
I mean, Laura Girardi's her shot put records.
Oh, that's I mean,
They're not
if
gonna-
there is an untouchable state record, I would have to say Laura Gary's
Yeah.
shot put is one of them. So Bedford and St. Thomas.
They're this close.
Yeah.
If that hurdle wasn't there,
Yeah.
if that hurdle wasn't there, she probably
If only. If
Yeah.
only. All right. Next, we've got the boys steeplechase be up next. That meet record is held by Pinkerton. Nope, excuse me, Portsmouth. Set back in 2015, 752.4. So the hometown team has the meet record in this one.
as it should.
As it should, yeah.
Yeah.
Portsmouth boys also have the sprint medley record.
Up next on the
So
track
two of
is
the
boys
featured events in the boys.
The meet record in the boys steeplechase is held by Portsmouth with a time of 7:52.
Actually, that sprint medley team features All-American Eric Jenkins.
I never heard of him. Jenkins
He's
just ran,
okay.
yeah, he's pretty good. Just ran 13:05, second
Yeah,
fastest
yeah.
time in America.
He was fun to watch. So for the boys steeple, we've got, bring you that list in just a second. The boys steeplechase, we have Pinkerton, Kingswood, Merrimack Valley, Portsmouth, Co-Brown, Merrimack, Milford, and Bedford. So indeed, we do have the Merrimack Valley boys.
This is the final call for the girls 4x200.
It looks like they're going to go right out front
This is the
and waste
second-
no
first-
time.
First and second call for the boys 4x2. Again, on the track now is the boys steeplechase.
When you got two of the best 300 hurdlers on your team, there's no reason to do anything but go to the front. Nope, sorry, that was Milford. Merrimack Valley's in second.
As a reminder,
You got Merrimack in third, Bedford, Kingswood, Co-Brown, and Portsmouth, and Pinkerton.
Followed by 800.
Pinkerton's sitting in the back, but I don't know.
Finish it up.
They've got the best time coming in.
Yeah, just remember, it's not how you start a race.
That's right. That's
It's where
how
you finish.
And he might know something the rest of these guys don't. He might know they went way too fast in
Yep.
that first lap. And 12 hurdles is a lot to cover in 1,200 meters. Every lap, those hurdles get a little bit higher. And that form becomes important towards the end of that 1,200. All that extra energy that you're using getting over the hurdles. Merrimack Valley's still holding the lead, but Co-Brown's making a move on him.
Yeah, Davio DeLuca, he looks good.
Yep.
Look at Pinkerton now.
Yep, moving right up.
And we're in third.
There they are. Yep.
So I think the Pinkerton boy had a
He strategy.
little strategy, and
Those go down to.
I have a feeling he'll be in
Check out
Yep.
on the,
he'll be in first.
He's gonna
when they-
make.
yeah,
He's gonna make a move.
yeah. I think he's running a pretty smart race,
That's right.
and he's in first.
And into first place.
So
So
from
like you said, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
oh,
Oh, wow.
well, we'll find out if he's got some
Okay.
heart. Yeah, he
Like
planted.
he
He
might
went down
have
hard.
Picked
But
up some track with him.
yeah,
He might take a souvenir back
I'll
home.
tell you what, he's got back up and got his act together.
Yeah, he
and
did.
He's right in there.
It's like he really interrupted that Merrimack Valley kid when he was hurdling, too. Hopefully they're all okay. So right now we've got out front Co-Brown and Pinkerton.
Yeah, Davio DeLuca
Davio's
pulls up
going to
in front.
make a move.
no, that's perfect. I just got to pay more attention. Thanks.
I'm sure he got a little shell shock when he,
Yeah,
like you say, those hurdles get a lot harder when you.
yeah.
Okay, now
Davio's
step
stringing,
there for the
is
first
finishing
call.
strong.
Yeah, Davio looks good.
Finishing really strong.
Steeplechase. Co-Brown in first place.
And he's going to hand off to one of the Richards boys, Tanner Richards.
Milford, Bedford, and Portsmouth moving up.
Pinkerton
strong.
in second. Milford in third.
Again, this next
Bedford
leg is
fourth.
400
Portsmouth fifth. And Merrimack Valley is going to come through in
800
seventh.
meter leg number 2.
No, it's too bad for Pinkerton too because, I mean, he had it going. I think
He
he got a
did.
little shell shock when
Yeah,
he fell like that.
put a little scare in him.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt it hurts.
But still, as an 800, he's got quite a bit of time to make up that distance, make that gap up. It was 800. You
Tell you what, don't sleep on
wanna-
sleep on Portsmouth either.
Yeah.
They're in third, and they look good. They're creeping their way up into the fight.
Yep. 800's a big distance to cover with hurdles. You look good on that first 400. You just got to be careful. You leave something for that second 400.
1 lap to go in the second leg.
And as we saw with Pinkerton, you can't always be assured. Even if you've got a lead, you've got to get over the hurdles. You don't get to go under them. Although I think that might actually be harder than going over them. Brown still got a lead. Pretty sizable. About half a straightaway.
Yeah, about 7 seconds. Portsmouth kid's looking back, so his tank's spent.
Yeah. Merrimack Valley in fourth.
It's usually a good sign. You always look for it. Is the kid looking back?
Yeah.
If they're looking back, then they're probably in panic mode. Like they don't have much
They've
left.
got to be worried about Brandon Wood in that 400 spot for Merrimack Valley, who's only about a second and a half, 2 seconds behind him. And Brandon Wood 40 flat at the Black Bear Invitational, so the other teams know they've got to get a lead on him. Brown coming into their first of their 400s.
It's Cole Brown on the way in leg 3, the 400-meter leg, followed by Pinkerton. This is Merrimack Valley closing in on third.
That's Joey Bayless from Merrimack Valley.
Kingswood in fourth.
And you'll see right here the real hurdlers.
Pinkerton's
Oh,
closing
maybe
that
not.
gap up pretty good.
Yep. That's a real hurler there for Pinkerton. He's got the form. He's got the lean.
5 second lead now. So he's already chopped in 2 seconds. So this is anybody's race right now. Pinkerton kid's taking it to him hard.
Yep.
Yep.
This is Pinkerton
2 second
closing
lead
strong.
now.
Cole Brown in the lead, Pinkerton closing.
So that is not Brandon Wood from Merrimack Valley in their anchor legs, surprisingly. Wow, Pinkerton really closing close.
We got a battle.
This could be it right here. Whoever hits the hurdle clean.
There's a two-way fight going on right now between Pinkerton and Cole Brown. Pinkerton edging into the front.
Is that Jacob Snow? Or is it-
No, that looks like.
So Pinkerton started off this race in dead
Yep.
last place.
Yeah.
They had a little unfortunate spill there, but my belief is that kid is the one who got him.
Yeah.
Got him there.
Yep.
Coming down the final stretch, this is Pinkerton leading Cole Brown.
Matthias Burrell. No, sorry, it's not.
Well, there you go,
It's
Pinkerton.
going to be
Yep.
Pinkerton, followed by
8:04.
Cole Brown in second.
7:52 is the record.
Yep, 7:52 is the record, so that's not going to go down.
This is Kingswood.
But just goes to show in that
Yeah.
third lap how much that
Portsmouth closing in on
you throw in a 300-meter hurdler that
Yep.
knows what he's doing, that doesn't hesitate on the hurdles.
Right.
It
Makes
makes a lot
of difference.
Especially if you're not a hurdle with both legs, so
Right.
you don't miss a beat at all. Because it's a little bit different than a 400-meter hurdle.
Okay, hurdle
Yes. Yeah, because there's no. You can't really build up a rhythm like you would in the
Right.
400 hurdles. They're just kind of
4x100-meter relay.
spaced out or spaced out kind of randomly.
53.76 Spalding. Fifth place Milford 53.76. Fourth place
Next
Brooklyn,
event up on the track is going to be the
Third place,
4x200.
Ulster, 52.77. In second place Portsmouth 51.95. And the winner of the girls 4x1 Nashua South 51.44.
And when I used to run the steeplechase, I would never think about it. it was always just automatic when I came up. It was like my legs knew when I came up,
Which leg was going to go
which
over?
leg was
Yep.
it. Never thought about it. It was
Yep.
just because, part right-handed, left-handed,
Mhm.
and
Hurdle
so you
crew,
never
we
had
have
to
another one
to
more
worry
section
about
of
it.
Right.
hurdles
And that's
through
a
Louisville
nice
to get
feeling.
to
It is.
the finish line.
when you could think about running.
Right.
There's
The only
also
problem
long
was you had to think about,
sixth place.
20 other guys hitting the barrier at the same time with the water barrier.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
Merrimack.
And sometimes,
Fifth place
a few of
goes
us went for
to
swims.
Kansas Memorial, 42
Unplanned
feet,
swims.
Yeah.
4 inches. In fourth place, Portsmouth, 43 feet 11 and 1/4
Or you
inch.
catch a big splat, somebody goes down right in front of you and you get a face full of water.
Oh yeah, in the real steeplechase, the water barrier, the farther out you push off the hurdle, the less.
Less water there is
Yeah, it's
there.
basically an
Yeah.
upside down right angle
Right.
with the water. So the deepest part's pretty deep.
Yeah.
When you're running the BC relays in April, sometimes it's pretty
Cold
cold.
water.
And then there's other times late in the year,
Where it's warm and
yeah.
swampy and
you want to
yeah.
get wet.
Yeah.
The last steeple I ran was in Stockholm, Sweden.
Wow. International.
Results go to you?
If it's the handwritten results, no.
Yes. Where do I go then?
I think it's probably down around.
So this first 4x2 is
You know who I am?
only 3 teams:
Whoever's doing the
Kingswood, Pelham, and Goffstown.
Okay, because they're usually up.
No, yeah, you're right. Most of them-
This is kind of a nice event to mix in a little bit longer than that 4x1, so you give your longer sprinters a chance to really open things up. For some of these sprinters, just 100 meters isn't enough. They need that
Next
second
up on
100.
track is the girls
Or you got a
4x200
400 kid who can
meters.
range down to the 200.
Yeah, 200 is a
This
good.
is heat
It's a good
1.
equalizer.
And in this heat, we have Kingswood, Pelham, and Goffstown.
Exactly. Some kids are good at the 100, and some at the 400. You put them at the 200, it makes it a pretty interesting race.
Yep. Mix it up.
For the 4x2 is 147.3. It's one of our older records. It was set in 1998 by Bishop Gert.
Meet record for this 147.3. One of Bishop Girton's records. 1998, so that goes way back.
God, can you call the 4x4 girls team, please?
This is
So
the
we
first
got
call for the
Kingswood
girls
and Goffstown.
4x400
Goffstown in the lead after the halfway point. And the best teams you'll see, they'll do that blind handoff just like they would in a 4x1. And 4x2, they do it all in lanes, no cutting in.
For the last
Okay,
200 to go,
Kingswood,
this is Kingswood
Goffstown,
first place, followed by Goffstown.
And Pelham.
And this is Pelham handing off for the final leg of the 4x2.
Looks like they just got into the zone in time.
This is
So Kingswood will take this first heat.
It's going to be Kingswood.
3
followed by
heats in this event
Goffstown.
as well. Heat 2 has Spalding, Winnicott, Milford, Nashua South, and Manchester Memorial.
Okay, we have results for the boys 4x100 meter relay. In sixth place, it's Portsmouth, 45.
Didn't see what that first heat's time was.
Goes to Spalding, 45.35.
But with the heats going slow to fast, we'd expect to see
45.11.
the fast
Third
times
place,
in that
Nashua
third
North,
heat.
44.03. Second place goes to Pinkerton, 43.99. And the winner of the boys 4x1, Winnicott, with a time of 43.66. Up now is the second heat of 3 for the girls 4x2 from lane 1 to lane 5.
So coming to you from
Winnicott, Milford,
Portsmouth Clipper
Nashua
Relays
South,
today.
Manchester
Today's
Memorial.
broadcast being brought to you by William Verwy Physical Therapy, or running experts, and this is NewHampshireTrackandField.com, powered by Runner's Alley. With the
This is
second heat
call for
of the girls 4x200 relay.
First call for the boys 4x4.
First, or excuse me, second of 3 heats. Spalding, Winnicott, Milford, South, and Memorial.
Okay, we have
Oh.
results in
It's like
the high jump relay.
Milford had a drop
The
baton there.
relay tie for 4th place between Dover, Manchester Memorial, and Nashua North, all with a jump of 16 feet 4 inches.
Now, Jim, I'm old enough to remember when Nashua South and North were used to run as one
Goes to
school,
Nashua South, 16
which
feet
is back
3
where
inches.
they would have done in
Second place
when you were in
for
school
boys
too,
high
right?
jump goes to
Yeah, well, I
Nashua
can,
just
I can
had
tell you a
one
little
high
story
school.
about Nashua. I
Sorry, there's a two-way
refuse to wear
tie
purple.
between Winnicott and
Okay,
Nashua.
and I'm standing next to you right now with that purple tie. Because back when I was running, it was always Nashua and Portsmouth
Yeah.
for the state titles.
Yeah.
And so I swear to God,
Maroon versus purple.
yeah, I wear maroon. I will never wear purple. You'll never see me wearing purple. I have a lot of respect for the Nashua guys. I'm friends with a lot of them.
Yeah.
But I just won't do it. And so yeah, it was just Nashua, and they were powerhouses. And back in my era, we won. I was part of 3 state champions, and all 3 times I think we won by like 1 or 2 points, or we
Yep.
lost by 1 or 2 points.
Right.
So it always came right down to the relay.
Yep, as it
or-
should be.
Yeah, it was a great rivalry.
For the finish line in first place in the second heat.
We get them in the spring, they get us in the winter,
Yep.
and that's how
Yep.
it would come down to. I remember one time we were running the 4x4, and West Church, who actually won 4 state titles when he was a senior, he got the baton, and we were well on our way, we thought, to winning an indoor state championship, and they gave the baton to John Choate, and he reeled him in like there was no tomorrow. But 2 years later, West Church turns out to be one of the greatest athletes in New Hampshire history. He wins
Yep.
4 state titles, New England championship. So, went on to Central Michigan and competed there. But you never know. He had his time. And
Yep.
then 2 years after, I was actually coaching at Portsmouth, coaching the distance team,
Okay,
and we won the
next
state
up
championship
is the
over Nashua in 1985. So
Wow.
those rivalries just continued.
Continue, yeah.
And then Pease Air Force Base closed down, and that kind of hurt the Portsmouth area for a little
Yeah.
while. But now they seem to be back.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
And in the the slightly smaller division, they're doing very well.
Right. Hey, and look what their basketball team did
Yeah.
this year, moving up. a
Oh yeah,
division.
no,
They were
they're
dominant.
boys
3 years in a
basketball
row, they've
team.
won, Division Two, and then moved up and won the Division 1.
right. So in this third and final heat, we have Wyndham, Portsmouth, Merrimack Valley, Bedford, Merrimack, and Co-Brown. So Bedford, I think, looking for a little redemption here after their 4x1 mishap. They're out to an early lead. Big lead. And it's nice, that rivalry that you were mentioning. You see that still even to this day. Not the same teams, obviously, but that Nashua South, Nashua North Pinkerton rivalry that we saw on the boys' side.
Yeah, that was good to see this winter. It was exciting. It's always good to have a rival. It just makes you better. You might take away from the individual results. I remember having to, triple and quadruple in some meets, and that's the way it goes. You
Yep.
sacrifice your own individual aspirations for
Right.
winning state titles.
And on the girls' side, this is going back probably 8 or 9 years ago, but the Bishop Girton and Manchester Central girls used to just battle it out every year, every season. It seemed like it was one of the two of them winning just about every year for a good stretch.
Coming down to the final stretch here of the girls 4x2.
Bedford's going to close this one out.
Yeah, they look strong.
Leaving no doubt.
Following by Merrimack and Portsmouth in third.
So 151. Not a record time, but still very fast. And they get to bring home those T-shirts. Next up, we got the boys 4x2. Be 3 heats again. Meet's running nice and smooth today.
Up on the track now will be the
In Heat 1, we've got Kingswood, Milford, Goffstown, and Pelham.
4x2. In this heat, we'll have Kingswood in lane 2, Milford lane 3, Goffstown lane 4.
It's a nice meet too because some of those smaller schools, they learn they can compete with the bigger schools. And I was mentioning that Co-Brown had actually won this meet, the team championship, 2 and 3 years ago. And you know, when they would come in, the teams like the Bedfords and the Nashuas, they would wonder who the heck this Co-Brown team is. And those smaller schools, they learn they can compete with these bigger schools. It just really comes down to their athletes.
Right, how much depth do you have?
Yep.
This is the final
How much
call
talent
for
you bring to the
boys
table.
4x4.
I mean, you can win a state title with just a few kids. You know, like when it kind of, like I said before, they're going to get some big scoring
Yep.
from a few kids. But like a relay type of thing like this, it's how deep your team is.
Right.
And that's kind of a nice team bonding or team win.
Yeah, it really is it's a show of team strength. To be able to put together field event teams, especially to get three athletes that can throw or jump at a high level is very hard to do in some schools. But then again, I am reminded of
Okay, they're off in the first of 3 heats.
a team
of the
from
boys 4x2.
Saint Bonnie a number of years ago that actually won the New Englands in cross country. A school of 150 kids.
Yeah.
Managed to win the New Englands.
A couple of those kids went on to be Olympians.
They did, the Freeman brothers.
And they're as good as anybody
They
in
were.
the state as far as all-time greats.
Yep.
And Chris Freeman's still going at it.
Yep. So Heat 1, Kingswood and Milford.
Close here between Kingsford and Milford, coming down to the
And we've got Pelham.
third leg. It's going to be
It's like Kingswood was a non-starter.
by Milford.
The battle out front, though. Kingswood and Milford. Anchor leg. Oh, rough handoff there for Kingswood. Now Milford closing in on him.
Good race here coming into the final stretch. It's Milford trying to close in on Kingswood.
It's like they're not quite going to get him, though.
So Kingswood's going to hold on. Kingswood first, Milford second.
39. The record in this event
This is Pelham.
held by Nashua North for 2014, 132 flat. And that was a great team that they had back that year. Zachary Jenkins, multiple state champion that year, 100 and 200.
Up next is the second of 3
William
sections of
Goulding.
Boys 4x2. In this section, from lane 1 to 6, we have Bedford, Merrimack, Merrimack Valley, Exeter, Spalding, and Manchester Memorial.
Heat 2 has Bedford, Merrimack, Merrimack Valley, Exeter, Spalding, Manchester Memorial. And once again, Merrimack and Merrimack Valley running in adjoining lanes. I don't know what's set up intentionally or just coincidental. And no team coming in today with a seed time anywhere near that meet record.
Yeah, that's a very fast time.
Oh, second heat is away. It's like we've only got 5 teams out there
This is the second heat.
to see which team
Second of 3
ended up
in
dropping
the
out.
4x2 for the boys.
It's like Manchester Memorial may have dropped out of this race. No lane 6, so Manchester Memorial not running. Right now, Spalding's got a lead on Merrimack, and then Exeter, Bedford, and Merrimack Valley.
At the halfway mark, this is Spalding Lee. Followed closely by Merrimack.
It's going to be a tight one.
Running tight, yeah, running very tight.
Third place isn't out of it yet either.
Nope.
It's all going to come down to this right
Handoffs right there.
here.
Spalding had a great handoff.
Third place just kind of hung themselves with that one.
Yeah.
You got to be going, and you just got to put your arm out. It's up to the guy handing off the baton to get the baton in.
Yeah.
Curve. This is
It's like Spalding,
Yeah. So Exeter,
Merrimack Valley, Exeter. Wow.
if Exeter had a perfect handoff, they would have won that one.
Yeah.
They were, and it all came
Yeah.
down to it all came off to the handoff right
Yep.
there.
Yep. With a good handoff, that anchor leg was fast enough to take both those other
Absolutely.
two teams.
That's a shame, but that's part of it. You got to get the baton around.
Yep. Although that was the second of 3 heats, so the fast heat is coming up right now
St. Thomas.
with South, Pinkerton, North, Winnicott, Portsmouth, and Co-Brown.
10.05.
Nashua North, the top seed coming in
10.66.
with
Third
133.8.
place, Merrimack, 10:03.16.
Winnicott, the number
In
2
second
seed,
place,
134.
girls distance medley goes to Cole Brown, 9:48.69. And the winner of the girls steeplechase, distance medley steeplechase, Merrimack Valley, 9:23.19.
I feel that chill settling in to the booth here.
Next up on the track is the third and fast section of the 4x200, boys 4x2. From lane 1 to 6, we have Nashua South, Pinkerton, Nashua North,
It's like they're just waiting for the
Portsmouth, and Cole Brown.
athletes to get their blocks set.
The record.
This is NewHampshireTrackAndField.com, powered by Runners Alley, coming to you today from Portsmouth Clipper Relays. Today's broadcast being brought to you by William Verwy, Physical Therapy, your running specialist.
We got to bring these down to whoever's doing the data entry. I think it might be down in the booth down there by the track.
Oh, by the like
Yeah, that little
truck
shack.
thing track.
Yeah,
Okay.
if it's not there, ask
Yeah.
around. Just find out
Okay.
who's entering. Thanks.
Ready to get this third heat going. Athletes definitely getting anxious. They're warmed up and ready to go.
The gun is up on the last heat of the 4x2.
There we are off. It's Winnicott. It looks like they're surging ahead of everyone off the stagger. That's Connor Hanley. Oh, Nashua North. Wow.
It's going to be a good
Some
race
great
here.
speed right there, yeah.
Corner. This is Winnicott in the lead.
Well, that's Hanley.
Nashua North in second. Again, this is handing off
Billy
to the third
Powers
leg, and
now in their
Portsmouth
third leg.
Halfway to go. 2 more legs.
He's something else. Such a clean stride.
Nashua stretching it out a little bit with 1 leg to go.
Oh, great
leg to
handoff
go.
there from Winnicott.
Winnicott.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, that was really clean. Oh,
Pink-
Pinkerton's making a move.
Pinkerton's got the,
Wow.
the best 200-meter runner in the state.
Yeah.
It's going to be a battle for second and third. Winnicott is still in the lead.
Now, if
Oh my God.
if he had another 50, if he had another 10 meters, he would have caught him.
Yeah.
Wow, 131. That actually may be under the record from Nashua North. Unofficially, 131.
They have a feeling Winnicott was running a little scared there.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Well, they needed that perfect handoff because if they hadn't had it,
Yeah, Pinkerton.
Pinkerton would have caught him.
That's the top 200 runner in the state.
Yeah.
In the javelin in 6th place.
All right, next up on the track is our
6 inches.
final scoring event,
373 feet
the
2 inches.
4x400 relay.
4th place, Pinkerton, 387 feet 7 inches.
After that, we will have the Buffalo relay.
388 feet.
Buffalo
One of
chicken
those
wing.
Buffalo chicken wings, yeah.
Buffalo chicken wing eating contest. We might be able to do good than that.
Yeah.
99 feet.
Run a lap, eat a wing.
Yeah.
Run a lap, eat a wing, just like the beer relay.
With a total flow of 425 feet 2 inches, Cole Brown.
Last year they had the slim joints.
All right.
Oh, they
In
did?
this first heat, we have Winnicott, Exeter, Dover, Milford, Goffstown, and Pelham. Meet record for this girls 4x4 held by Nashua before they had split, so that's the old school back in
Up now on the track
'99.
is the first of 3
402.7.
of the girls 4x4.
So that right there shows you that team had some depth.
Yeah.
Dover,
To be able to put together a 402 and a 4x4
Gun is up and they're off.
in a relay meet, you've got to have some pretty good teams to do that.
4x4.
Thank you.
Former mile record holder on there, Amy Rooston.
Yep.
Guys, we're going to ask the boys Buffalo relay teams to check in down by the shop.
Now, if you've got a girls relay team that can run under 404, it means all those girls are splitting under 61.
Yeah, it's going to take them a little while to get here, so sure.
So
Okay,
first
the
legs are going to
second
run in
third
lanes,
call for the boys
and they'll get to
Buffalo
cut
relay.
in after the
All
baton
boys
is
Buffalo
exchanged.
relay members report in the shot.
It's like
player.
Exeter right now in the lead after one leg. So we don't have quite the cheering section we had at the Black Bear Invitational.
No interruptions from Brent Kasich.
Yeah.
It is a quick meet, though.
It is. Yeah, it's only just after 6:30. 2.5 hours. Used to be here a lot later when they'd run girls and boys separately. Come back 2 nights in a row.
I can tell you, track and field's gotten a lot more efficient.
Yes, it really has. They take advantage of the technology improvements, technological improvements.
Halfway through the first heat.
Coming in after the second leg is Exeter, followed by Milford
Milford
and
Dover.
Dover.
Dover, second, third.
Exeter, though, way out ahead. So the Portsmouth baseball team's going to do a little running at the end of their practice.
Okay, we got results in the boys steeplechase. In 6th place, Bedford, 828.76. 5th place.
Not the
goes to
Black Bear. I
Portsmouth,
know we were mentioning the
4th place,
the shame that some athletes in other sports never got to tie up their shoes and get on the track and race. And wondering what some of those Major League Baseball outfielders could do with a javelin.
I know how far they can throw.
Pretty good arms.
Pinkerton, 804.15.
Somebody like Ellis Burks.
Yeah, or even some
Mike
of the
Greenwell.
some of the football
players too,
quarterbacks
yeah.
like John Elway.
Yep.
You know, he was always rumored to have one of the greatest
One of
arms.
the best arms, right.
Because the javelin's almost like throwing a football.
Yep.
But you always wonder who could do what, and
For the third and final
you know,
leg
some of
of
those
the
basketball
first heat,
players, how
4x4.
high could they
Right.
do
Or
high jump?
how long could they jump?
Right. Yeah, you always wonder.
Sometimes you get to find out because some of them actually decide they're gonna keep doing track, at least through college. And some of those football players, it's almost like a natural double sport for them. The running backs, the wide receivers.
Yeah, some of them were
Incredible
incredible athletes. You know, they probably the lure of the money,
Yeah.
the payday is a lot
Yeah.
is a lot bigger. And
Well, they get the money
bigger
from football,
sports.
right?
Right. Although I'm sure
It's pretty cool to have an Olympic medal, though.
Yeah, I'm sure Usain Bolt's making enough money.
Oh yeah, yeah.
First,
Yeah, it's not always about your playing contract as much as it could be about the
Right.
endorsements.
followed by Dover in third.
All right, second heat on the track is going to be Co-Brown, St. Thomas, Kingswood, Merrimack, Spalding, and North.
There is a
Second of 3 heats.
for 6th place. No, I'm sorry. Hang in there. I'm looking at the individual results. I'm sorry. 4th place goes to Co-Brown, 28 feet. 3rd place goes to Bishop Girton, 29 feet 6 inches. 2nd place goes to Exeter, 39 feet. And the winner of the boys pole vault, 33 feet, Pinkerton. Up now on the track is the second heat.
With the
of 3
second heat.
in the 4x4. In this heat, from lane 1 to 6, it's Co-Brown, St. Thomas, Kingswood, Merrimack, Spalding, and Nashua North.
76th Clipper Relays. Think there's anybody around who's seen the first one?
I don't know about that. I don't think so.
Some elementary school kid, maybe?
I don't know. There's probably a few people left. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah,
we owe them a T-shirt?
I don't know if their T-shirts is falling apart. You know.
Or did they give them something besides a T-shirt
Right.
back then? Did they even have
This is the final
T-shirts?
call for the boys Buffalo Relays. Please report in at the shot put to be weighed in.
Have you found a phone or
Well, you think they might be a competitor, huh? So
Yeah.
Maybe if
Well-
they're 14, 15 years old when they're freshmen.
They'd be
So-
90 now.
90, so that's,
yeah,
it's perfectly.
it's possible.
Yeah.
Certainly possible.
Okay, we have somebody reporting that they're missing a white iPhone 5S in a teal case. If you see a white iPhone in a teal
Certainly
case,
people who were
bring it
born back
to
then.
the
Oh,
announcers.
absolutely.
Thanks.
Thank you. I'll be back.
The first leg,
Thank you.
strong leg by Co-Brown. Merrimack and North both pursuing.
And there's an item that was
Good
actually
handoff.
turned in earlier. If you look down at your
Co-Brown holds
finger
that
and
lead
see if
with
you're
Merrimack
missing a ring.
and
We had a ring turned in. It does have an inscription on the inside.
St. Thomas
If you are
and
missing a ring,
North.
it's not on your finger, you can come to the announcer's booth.
like a man's wedding ring. Better not tell your wife.
It does have a description. Alan. Sometime, you read that? It's like there's some letters before it, though.
So Alan, if you're out there listening, we got your wedding ring.
Yeah, you want to make sure they
Definitely
kinda
want to
tell us
pick
what it
that up.
says.
Pick that up before your wife finds out.
Which coach?
What?
Did he say? Did you hear that? Stan, I couldn't understand what
Coming
you
into the third leg, Co-Brown still got the lead, followed by North
said.
and Merrimack.
Tell me again. Which team, Stan? Stan, you read me?
One thing you probably didn't have to run with in high school was glasses, I'm guessing.
Which team do you want to
No.
report?
Happens to us all.
Yeah, actually, I can still read, and but to really focus in on really small stuff now, I guess it's
Yeah.
starting to.
North girls coach.
For me, it's the
National
distance
North
stuff.
Girls coach.
So there's no way I'd be hurtling without glasses on.
No.
I wouldn't see it till it was on top of it.
No, I still pride myself that I can still read without any problems. But
Yeah.
then when you're fine tuning in real small
Ooh.
stuff, and
Nashua South, third leg, making up a big gap. And they take the lead with the anchor leg over Co-Brown. Yep, Nashua North's
Okay.
leading coming into the
On last
final
leg,
300
the last
meters.
leg right now, this is Nashua North in the lead, followed by Co-Brown.
And they're followed by St. Thomas and Merrimack.
Yeah, M-A-H, like a dash.
Coming into the final straightaway.
Again, this is the final call for the
That's
boys.
North,
buffalo relay. Please
Co-Brown,
stand
Merrimack,
for the
and
boys
St.
buffalo
Thomas.
relay. Heading down the final stretch in this second heat right here, it's Nashua North.
Oh,
We got
Merrimack charging hard.
Merrimack and Co-Brown for second and third.
Battle for second.
It is
Co-Brown
for
holding
second,
off Merrimack.
in third.
Is it not up here?
No, find out where they're doing the data entry. I think it might be in the shack down by the
So second heat up, third and final heat up next on the track. We've got Manchester Memorial,
Okay, we have
Portsmouth,
results for
Bedford,
the boys
Merrimack
discus
Valley,
throw.
Bishop
In
Girton,
sixth
and
place,
Nashua South.
293 feet 11 inches goes to Milford. In fifth place, Portsmouth, 301 feet 6 inches.
So again, that
Fourth goes to Winnicott,
meet record of
303 feet
4:02.
6
That
inches.
is a very fast
In
time
third place, Nashua South, 308 feet 9
for a
inches.
non-championship
In
meet.
second place, Co-Brown, 319 feet 1 inch. And the winner of the boys discus throw, Pinkerton, 324 feet.
It sounds like overall Pinkerton on the boys' side is probably going to retain their championship from last year.
Stan Lightford, right down there.
Seems like they've been top two in just about every single event.
Yeah, and they do have the depth. There's no doubt about that.
They do.
Now is the third and fastest heat of the girls 4x4, lane 1 to 6, Manchester Memorial, Portsmouth, Bedford, Merrimack
Third heat
Valley,
is away.
Bishop Girton, and Nashua South. And they're on their way.
It's like we've only got 5 teams out there. We'll have to see who we're missing. Looks like it might be
Bishop Girton.
Bishop Girton, yeah. And Bedford, that deep team that Bedford has, giving them a lot of opportunities to put together good relay teams.
In Bedford, they've never lost a
Showing
state
that-
track title, right? The girls'
In
side.
Division 1, they have never lost the girls' title, yes.
It's pretty good.
Yep. Their
Yep.
only loss actually was in Division 2
Division 2.
before they made the move.
So they've won 5 straight right now.
5 or 6. Trying to remember how long they've been in. So 2012 they were in Division 2, so
Yeah, so 5
so
straight.
5 straight. Yep.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. And they are out to the lead that they're very comfortable and used to. Followed by Portsmouth. We got some
Kind of entertaining.
shifting there back in 3rd and 4th place. Trading back and forth. But big lead coming in for Bedford. So with 2 legs in the books, 2 to go. Bedford coming through. Well, they're well outside the meet record pace. Portsmouth not giving up though. Portsmouth closing up. Bedford must have sensed they were coming though. That 3rd leg really poured it on.
I'm getting a sore arm holding it.
1 leg to go. Bedford still commanding lead.
Yeah, they look good.
Okay, towards the handoff for the anchor leg, it's Bedford extending a lead. We have
That looks
Portsmouth
like it's Leia
second.
Salas taking the handoff for their anchor leg.
Looks like Nashua South is in 3rd. This is one lap to go.
So she can pretty much run any distance over 400.
Yeah, she's pretty much the class of the state right now. I mean, we got 3 really, really dominant distance runners right now in our state, and they're overshadowing some of the other ones that are really, really good.
Yeah.
You know, in their own ranks, but you know, Salas and Fisher and Gone. I mean, that's 3 of the best.
Yeah.
Maybe you look at some of the other girls like Robitaille from West. She's a good one.
She's right, like you said though. She's being overshadowed by
Yeah.
the
Doesn't mean you're not doing good.
right.
It's just that you got 3 really
Really
dominant.
talented.
Final stretch. This is Bedford striding to the finish line.
And they'll easily win
First
this.
place, now on the final stretch, it's Portsmouth in 2nd.
Meet record in no threat there, but 4:10. Excellent time for Bedford.
Looks like the battle is going to be for a 3rd, 4th, and 5th place.
Well, Christy Schofield's going to bring her team from
Merrimack
6th
Valley
to
is going
3rd.
by everybody for 3rd
Hey,
place.
Schofield's got his.
Yeah.
She's got as good a kick as anybody in
That's
the
right.
state. In cross country season, she was running down people at New
Yep.
England's. And
Again, just a reminder, if you've lost a ring, please come see me up in the announcers booth at the top of the stands. We have a ring. It looks like it might be a wedding ring.
So we've got Boys 4x4 coming up. And why not? Pinkerton have the
Next up
top
on track
seed
is
in the
the
4x4 and the
second
boys
heat
side
of the
too.
boys 4x4.
Meet record for the boys 4x4 is held by Bedford, 327.3 back in 2015.
We have some results in the girls' shot put. In sixth
So
place,
heat
national
1 of
record,
the boys 4x4,
75 feet 6 inches.
Goffstown, Milford, Pelham,
Boys,
Spalding,
fifth
St.
place,
Thomas, and
82
Portsmouth.
feet 7 inches. Fourth goes to Sanborn, 83 feet 2 inches. Third goes to Bishop Girton, 83 feet 9 inches. In second place, Milford, 85 feet 11 inches. And the winner of the girls' shot put is Bedford, 87 feet 10.5 inches.
Hearing lots of Bedford on the girls' side and
Now
lots of
is
Pinkerton
the
on the
first
boys'
of the
side for
green
these
heat for the
results.
boys.
But we gotta
have
get those,
green 1 to 6, Goffstown,
you know, the field
Milford,
events too. We gotta figure
That's
out
right.
where all that all
St. Thomas, and
comes
Portsmouth.
into play.
Gun is up and they're off.
That's the start of the first heat.
Yeah, it's a lot warmer than it used to be, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is. This place used to be a barn before.
Now Portsmouth really opening up this lead quickly.
That's a huge lead.
That is.
Huh.
Oh, well. Their seed time is almost 15 seconds faster than the next time in this heat. So they were just kind of the victims of the seeding.
Right, so you gotta get yourself out there.
Yeah. You just got to do what you can. It's very, very tough to run a 4x4 that far ahead of everyone else, though.
First heat. First leg. We have results in the boys' shot put. Sixth place goes to Winnicott, 112 feet 4 3/4 inches. In fifth place, Milford, 113 feet 1 1/4 inches. Fourth place goes to Pinkerton,
Probably ask him.
113 feet 6 inches.
Oh, okay.
Third place goes to Nashua North,
Portsmouth
117 feet 9.5 inches.
commanding lead after the first leg.
118 feet 7 3/4 inches. And the winner of the boys'
Second,
shot put,
Spalding, and then in third,
23 feet,
looks like
9
Pelham.
3/4 inches. Portsmouth still in the lead after leg 2.
So Portsmouth definitely a little bit of a misseeded event.
He's actually like scared of that. Yeah, he's like, I was like, don't worry. He's like, actually, it's kind of nervous sometimes.
You see what those guys ran here tonight?
For
They all ran together. They had like 9 guys.
There's a commanding lead that Portsmouth has in this first heat.
oh wow,
That's not even counting. A couple of guys weren't in there.
where was that?
What's that?
Where was that?
Tuesday night.
Oh, it was like a double.
Yeah. Against Sam.
Oh,
Well, this will be interesting. We've got to see what these Portsmouth boys put up in this first heat.
Tuesday, you gotta come in.
yeah, yeah. No, we have the last duel. We have like a program meet on Tuesday.
They're going to run a good time, but all by themselves.
Just the last one for home. And you guys want to go on Aaron Mac? I'm guessing.
What?
There's 1 lap to go. This is Portsmouth.
No,
It's a sizable
245.
Freshman softball meet.
So they could be looking at a
lead. Spalding in second.
mid 330s, 335, 336 by themselves. That's a really great time to put up.
Well, I don't know if I'll.
All right. Hey, good job today. Good run there.
It's kind of weird. It's the weirdest.
It's the toughest. You did a good job. Yep, we'll see it.
So they'll put up a really good time. I mean, this is going to put pressure on these other teams. They're not going to be able to just run easy.
Portsmouth heading down the final stretch.
That's a real good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll put some serious pressure on them. Nothing wrong with that.
336, 337, yeah.
Spalding, it looks like they take second.
That
We got
time actually is better than all of the teams in this second heat.
third and fourth.
You know, it really started with the first kid setting the,
Yeah,
setting the tone.
It did. So put some pressure on is Portsmouth.
So if you want a T-shirt,
That's the time you got to beat now.
you got to lay it out there. A win might not just be good enough in your heat. You got to run fast.
And you wonder what they might have been able to do had they run up against another team.
It's like the kid we had the other day that ran the second fastest time in the
Next up on the heat
non-scoring.
is
Yeah, that's
section
right.
number two
Yeah,
on
that's
the
right.
track, Section number 2 of the boys 4x4. From lane 1 to 6, we have Winnicott, Nashua South.
Or that boy from Winnicott in the 100
North,
who ran the 4th fastest time and didn't even make the finals because he was in an unseeded heat.
Was he a Bedford kid?
11-6.
11-6. I thought it was a Bedford.
Oh, you're right. It was Bedford. You're right. So next heat on the track. Each of those teams in a minute. In this heat, we've got Winnicott, South, Exeter, North, Dover, and Manchester Memorial. And the Portsmouth team beat all of these teams' seed times coming in. Doesn't necessarily mean anything, but it does mean for any of these teams to beat, get that win, they're going to have to beat Portsmouth's time at 3:37.
6th place, Wyndham, 155.76. 5th is Portsmouth, 155.17. 4th place, Merrimack, 154.02. 3rd place, Manchester Memorial, 153.19. 2nd place, Bedford, 151.83. And the winner of the girls 4x4
Nashua North's got the lead.
Yep.
South, 151.09.
So we're here at the Clipper Relays. Jim, has there been a hygiene invention more important than the fingernail clippers that the Portsmouth team is named after?
Yeah. Portsmouth nail clippers. That's beautiful. That's the best one I heard yet. It's the clipper ship.
Do you know how to? There's a plug for your phone. I don't know.
And we see Exeter taking over the lead from North.
Right here. This thing.
I wonder if the Clippers, well, the L.A. Clippers used to be the San Diego Clippers, which used to be the Buffalo Braves. So, in the NBA, I don't know where
You go from a Brave to a Clipper.
Yeah, to a Clipper, and they just make the move and still be the Clippers.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Nashua North taking over again.
You want to Bluetooth that to me and I'll put it in my phone? It's right here. Oh, okay.
You have a CD player?
CD player's back there someplace. Oh, yeah, I see it down there.
You want to take care of that, Len, and see if you can plug that in, get that ready to go?
Sure. Have you ever seen the
Okay,
chicken
we
dance
have
before?
more results.
Many
Girls
times.
high jump.
It's a riot.
There's a tie for 5th place. Merrimack Valley and
It's a good battle up here in the front of this heat. Exeter and Nashua North is trading the lead back and forth, back and forth.
And the winner of the girls high jump relay.
Going to come down to their anchors.
14 feet. Again, the winning teams, don't forget to go have your interview with
Is Exeter going wide, giving
New
his
Hampshire track and field
his
website.
anchor equal opportunity.
And all
He's
teams
gonna take the
receive
lead.
Awards at the award table in the concession stand.
Who's leading that?
Exeter's out in
the
front.
lead, and Nashua North.
We have
Right
Exeter
behind
in the
them.
lead with 1 lap to go on the last leg here, but it looks like Nashua North is in close pursuit.
Is your company a community cable television?
All right, now looking at those strides, I'd have to give this one to North because he's closing. And it looks like Exeter is overreaching a little bit. Starting to swing his arms. And here comes North.
Good close
Oh my
battle on the
gosh,
final
that
stretch.
runner from Portsmouth almost got leveled. And here we go. North coming strong down the
South-
straightaway. South is actually going to take Exeter
It's Exeter and
to get
South
second.
fighting for second and third.
But that time that Portsmouth put up, 3:37, better than all of these teams.
I don't know. That was
So-
close. They were both.
It's very close. I don't know what the official
It's
time
too-
was,
It's
but
too bad Portsmouth wasn't right in
yeah,
there with them.
yeah,
Because it was a little bit tougher for Portsmouth with no competition.
a lot
To go out there and do it
tougher
by
to do
himself.
that on your own. Agreed. So fast heat now. all of that may be a moot point because all 6 of these teams could beat them.
Exactly.
Coming in, these teams all have faster seed times than both of those heats. And in this fast heat, we have Wyndham, Co-Brown, Pinkerton, Bedford, Merrimack, and Merrimack Valley.
Just make sure it works.
So yet again, we see a Pinkerton team coming in with the top time.
Stan's phone is too new.
Oh, I know it.
Up next is the final heat.
And it
of
seems
our
like just
last
about every
morning
time they've
event,
had the
the
top
4x4.
seed, they've finished in first place.
Lane 1 to 6, we have Wyndham, Co-Brown, Pinkerton, Bedford, Merrimack, and Merrimack Valley.
And we've got our fast heat. Last scoring event on the track now.
Results in what might turn out to be the fastest event
Bedford
of the day.
jumping out to an early lead.
This is the boys 4x200. In 6th place.
Looks like Merrimack Valley out in lane 6. They might be a little bit gassed.
Exeter 136.62. 4th place is Spalding 136.23. 3rd place goes to Nashua North.
It's a long day for some of these teams that just don't have a lot of depth. Trying to put kids in 3 or 4 events in a meet like this is really hard to do.
And I'll hold off on the last 2 teams.
So first leg, and Pinkerton holding a slight lead over Bedford, followed by Co-Brown, Merrimack Valley, and Wyndham in that order.
Probably what could be our fastest race of the day. We have 2 teams that broke our meet record. This is the first meet record that was broken today. It was a fast record. Our previous record of the 4x2 was held by Nashua North with a time of 1:32. In 2nd place with a time of 1:31.95, it's Pinkerton. In the winner, in a new meet record for the 4x2, the boys 4x2 with a time of 1:31.61 is Winnicott.
Well, Bedford and Pinkerton exchange places. Now Bedford takes over the lead. Pinkerton in 2nd. Co-Brown, Merrimack, and Wyndham. Merrimack just moving ahead of Co-Brown with this 2nd leg. 3rd runners out there, Bedford, Pinkerton, Merrimack, Wyndham, and Co-Brown.
Followed by Pinkerton after the 2nd leg of the 4x4.
And there we hear in the booth, they're getting ready for that chicken dance. And hear that song that we're all very familiar with. Wow, Pinkerton, 3rd leg, making a big move, taking the lead on the corner from Bedford. And that's not how you're told to pass somebody on the turn. But if you're going to do it, you do it with authority, just like that guy did. And we've got that 200-meter runner from Pinkerton who
with the anchor leg to go, we got
just
Pinkerton
missed
lead, followed
catching
by
Winnicott.
They have a sizable lead over 3rd place right now. We could have a pretty fast time going here.
So again, Pinkerton in the lead, Bedford, and then there's a big gap. And then we've got Wyndham, Co-Brown, and Merrimack Valley.
Bedford's going to make this a hunt.
They are.
Oh,
Coming.
here we go.
Here's what you're taught to do. Wait till the corner and then blow by them.
So turn this mic down.
So here we go.
Oh, look at this
Oh,
finish, guys.
Pinkerton knew he was coming.
Yep.
It hits Pinkerton.
It's not over,
Closely
but
by Bedford.
Yeah, he was waiting.
he was waiting.
He knew it.
was waiting.
Way faster.
3:27, yeah, 3:27. So that kind of eliminates the possibility of Portsmouth winning that event.
They might finish.
But they might score. They
They
might
might
finish in the top 6.
Yep.
So 3:28 unofficially for
Next
Pinkerton.
up on the track is going to be the Buffalo Relay. But while we wait, we have some more results. In the girls 4x4, in 6th place, Merrimack Valley, 424.34. 5th place, Nashua North, 422.41. In 4th place, Portsmouth, 420.95. Third goes to Exeter, 420.63.
So for this Buffalo relay, we don't have a team list for you, but we will keep a clock up on the screen so you can see the time.
4x4 with a time of 4:10.23, Bedford.
So this fun event that they do at the end of the meet, the Buffalo relay, each member of this relay team has to be over 200 pounds. So you will not see any small, skinny distance runners in this event.
Thanks a lot. So that is the one, the game for it.
This is going to be all your weight men,
I appreciate it.
and possibly that 4x1 kid from Pinkerton. He looked like a house.
Yeah, he did. He's got some wheels, so
Yeah.
he'd be the secret weapon for
Yes,
Pinkerton if
that's
he's
right.
doing
Yeah.
it.
If he can be, if he can make that team.
But you know, he might not even be 200. He might be just all solid muscle, and he's, I don't know, but
True.
there ain't anybody here that's gonna touch him. I tell you that.
No. Yeah, none of these guys are going to touch that speed.
200 pounders?
It is going to be Rice Krispie treats for the winning team.
And each
So no
participant has
team
to go
score here,
down
but
to
we've been told there's a very large Rice Krispie treat for the winning team.
Is the main event with all 200-pounders.
If I remember from last year, it's the size of a suitcase.
I think they had a few strange things going on, but the main event is number 2.
Okay, so the second heat is the main event.
So looks like we got 2 heats of the boys Buffalo relay. The top team's going to be in the second heat. It looks like we have
Next,
Dover,
Next
Nashua
up here is the
North,
first of 2 heats of
and
Buffalo relay. I'm told
Jimmy, that looks like purple, so I'd have to imagine Nashua
the
South.
second heat
Yeah, I would say
will
so.
be
Yeah.
the heat
Yeah.
where everybody has to be at least 200 pounds.
It's just Nashua. Doesn't we don't
That'll
care.
be
We can't.
for the female
Nashua
team.
Panthers.
Nashua Panthers, that's it.
That's all I
Some
remember.
motivation. There's Rice Krispie
Still have
squares
nightmares.
for the winner of the second heat of the Buffalo relay. I think this heat number 1 is off.
So, all right, well, this team has elected to, instead of weigh 200 pounds, you're carrying somebody, so your total is 200 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Because they couldn't make the weight on their own.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got a couple more going over there. I guess this is a.
Oh, and this is going to be a whoop. No relay exchange rules in this one. Kind of waive
We
those.
have no idea what's going on.
Waive those
It's
rules.
fun anyways, let's cheer these guys on.
This is a piggyback race now. Oh, Dover made up a little bit of. Oh, nope. Dover's now gonna. Somebody's gonna. Oh, so this guy must have been under 200 pounds. So you got to add the 2 people together, and they've got to equal 200.
These guys trucking, huh?
So the Nashua schools
okay, come
going head to head,
that. This is Nashua North. I think I might have lost
and here comes Dover, and he's going to enjoy this. All right, so there's first heat in the books.
All right, heat 1 down. That was Nashua North.
Let's see who's in the second heat.
Okay, so I'm told this is the official Buffalo relay.
Looks like
I don't think there's any,
inside there in lane
piggyback
1
rules.
is
Everybody has to
Spalding,
be 200 pounds on the team.
Kingswood, Co-Brown, Wyndham possibly, or Salem. I haven't seen Salem here in any other events. Maybe they're not here.
Rice Krispie squares are on the line.
Spalding, Kingswood, Co-Brown, and
With the shirtless team.
yeah, I think that's Kingswood. Or maybe Portsmouth. That's the color of
Are some
Portsmouth shorts.
legitimate sprinters at over 200 pounds. I'm telling you, to
And
be a good
then
shot putter, you have to be a fast
Milford.
guy. So there's some fast guys in here. And there's a lot of
It's got to be
pride
Winnicott in lane 5 and Pinkerton in lane 6.
They're off on the Buffalo relay.
Wow, whoever's in lane 4, Milford, I think. That kid's got some speed. He overran the guy he was handing the baton to. He ran past him.
Looks
And then
like
they
some
dropped the
baton
baton.
work needs to be done on some of these teams. That's
Oh,
nothing,
Goffstown. Okay, Goffstown is in lane 4, I think.
massive humanity here. It's going to be close.
I've
Look at
never
that
seen.
is
I don't think I've ever seen worse handoffs.
Guessing these guys don't get up much
No.
practice.
Out there.
Not a lot of practice with these handoffs. Oh. We got a hamstring pull in lane 3.
You gotta move quicker than that.
Look, he's trying to.
Oh,
That's beautiful.
Crosses the line.
When you got the carrot and the stick, you're not supposed to let the horse catch it.
God, that was beautiful.
Entertainment.
Yeah. The horse isn't supposed to catch the carrot.
More results to read, and then we're going to gather for the chicken dance, which has been a tradition here. at the-
We got another kid down.
So
At,
yeah, that's Co Brown shot putter,
If my mic will just hold out. a little
hamstring,
longer.
pulled a hammy. See, the trouble is these throwers don't know about warming up either.
oh,
Okay, results on the boys' long jump. In 6th place, 50 feet 9 1/4 inches, goes to Merrimack.
He went
5th
down.
place,
He went down
Period,
quick.
53
He did.
10 3/4. 4th place goes to Exeter, 54 feet 2 1/4 inches.
probably like my leg cramp a little while ago.
Fifth place goes to
Well,
Nazareth
I'll
South,
Tell him to come up here in the booth and walk it out.
Second
Walk it
place,
off.
Manchester Memorial, 55 feet 6 1/4 inches. And the winner of the boys' long jump relay.
Well, I think that's going to do it for us tonight. We're probably not going to commentate on the chicken dance.
Yeah.
I don't know any of the athletes who are going to be in the lead for that. So we'll close this one out. So New Hampshire Track and Field coming to you, powered by Runner's Alley from the Portsmouth Clipper Relays, 76th boys and 51st girls Clipper Relays. Today's broadcast being brought to you by William Verwy Physical Therapy, your running experts. So again, thanks Jim McKenzie. I'm Dave Zink, and we're signing off. The next time we'll see you will be the Merrimack Invitational a week from today. And we thank you and look forward to doing that with you again next week.
We'll see you then.
Bye.
5th place goes to Milford, 233 feet